Hour 4 p.m. right here on the number one station that gives you a voice. Yep, this is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and it's a sunny Saturday right here in the city of Lagos, where we're broadcasting to you live from. And I just want to I hope that you have had a great weekend so far. I hope you're resting from the hustle and bustle of, just the stress of the whole week. It's not easy being an adult in this era, but yeah, we have to do what we have to do. On that note, I welcome you to another insightful, enlightening, informative, and educative episode of the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Ijeoma Innocent, and today, as always, on the recap, we'll be talking about several issues that made major headlines during the week. And of course, with me to do the analysis today, I have Mr. Peter Anosuke. He's a development economist, acclaimed author, as well as a political affairs analyst. He's the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments and Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by the Wall Street Journal. And here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for training entrepreneurs by the Small and Medium Scale Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDA, and the federal government agency in charge of small and medium scale businesses in the country. Just so you know that really we know what we're talking about here. And we'll be looking at quite a few issues today. If you're just joining us, fasten your seatbelt. It promises to be an enlightening ride today. So welcome. The recap has just begun. So today we'll be looking at quite a few issues. Yes, like I said, issues that made the major headlines during the week, and we want to make sure that you also have a say. So at 5 p.m. on the dot, the phone lines will be open so that you can also share your thoughts, ideas, opinions, suggestions with us. All right. So first up, we're starting with this major news story about there being disquiet over President Tinubu's appointment. It would seem that there is a growing feeling of unease in the polity over recent appointments by President Bwala Tinubu, which have been seen to favor his friends and political associates at the detriment of competence, which the president did vow would be the key criterion in the recruitment of, his ministers, his lieutenants, more or less. Now, barely 1 month after he was declared winner of last year's presidential election, President Tinubu declared in a statement that neither religion nor ethnicity or other such considerations would determine appointment into his government. He said, as the president, he accepts the task before him, and he would foster a government that is higher than that of the government of national unity, saying he seeks a government of national competence. But some people have seen it that contrary to that solemn promise, Nigerians are raising great concerns about the tendency of the president towards the appointment of friends, family, associates, positions of authority, and in some cases without proper regard to their qualifications. I know there's been a few ministers who were given appointments and people were talking about it and saying, does this person deserve to be in this position, right? Aside from the suggested disregard for competence, some party leaders and foot soldiers who worked for the victory of the ruling party are also raising voices of concern about being left out on the series of appointments that the president has made so far. Some politicians, analysts, and of course ordinary Nigerians have said the expectations there were expectations that the incumbent president's administration would have learned from the mistakes of his predecessors, not dash out different rounds of appointments. There's been allegations of lopsidedness which were raised against former President Muhammadu Buhari, and this has resurfaced again in the present administration. So what do you think, Nigeria? And not just Nigeria, Nigerians in the diaspora as well who are watching us on YouTube right now. What do you think? Would you say that the president's appointment really have been lopsided, or he's done his best to try to foster a government of national unity and competence and to obey the federal character? What's your take on that? That will be our very first topic for today. Topic 2. I feel happy to be a part of Tinubu's administration. Guess who this? I really wish I could open the phone lines for somebody to guess who this is coming from. Right? The headline says, why I feel happy to be part of Tinubu's administration. I really wish I could open the phone lines and have you guess who said this. But anyway, it's Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike. On Thursday, he expressed his excitement for the opportunity to to be part of the administration of President Bwala Tinubu. Now, Wike made this known after inspecting the ongoing rural road project in Abuja. The former governor said Tinubu's renewed hope agenda is working, particularly as it concerns area councils, rural parts, and not just cities and urban areas. Now, the minister also commended the president for what he called his tremendous support of the FCT administration to provide critical infrastructure and quality services to the residents. He says, "It gladdens my heart to be a part of this renewed hope agenda, as it is practical and not just a theory. I'm so happy to be a part of this administration," says Nyesom Wike. And that will be our second topic for today. Moving on to topic 3, Reno Omokri and Daniel Bwala are having sleepless nights over Peter Obi. That's not my saying. That's what the headline basically says. All right. Now, Daniel Bwala has taken to Instagram to more or less troll the Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi. In a post on his Twitter handle, Bwala shared a video of Peter Obi vowing to never leave APGA and likened him to Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Ojukwu. Atiku. Posting the video, Bwala wrote that if you take a listen to Peter Obi in APGA, vowing that if he leaves APGA, let his family die. This is before he embarked on political bleep. I can't say this word on radio. He has since moved from APGA to PDP and to the Labour Party, and now he's planning to move to this SDP. He betrayed Odumegu Ojukwu, he betrayed Atiku Abubakar, and now he's planning to betray Pat Utomi and co. This Easter period, we celebrate the decorated Judas Iscariot here in this video, and I think he's an obedient, making excuses for him, but they would not understand with anyone else. Now, moving on, Reno Omokri also tweeted, saying it is unfortunate that when challenged during his latest X-Space outing, Peter Obi refused to take a stand on the crisis-rocking Labour Party. He sat on the fence, he prevaricated, he blamed Abure, who is his own ally, for not consulting widely. He said he was more interested in building a new Nigeria than in building a new Labour Party. If Peter Obi cannot build the Labour Party, how can he build Nigeria? If he cannot solve the crisis rocking the party, how can he solve the many crises bedeviling Nigeria? Reno Omokri went on to say, when you remove the hype and propaganda and hand Peter Obi a microphone without a written script, the stark reality becomes clear. He's a trader. He's not a leader. That's why he's trading blames when he should be providing solutions. From the bus to the boss, we'll be moving to topic 4 for today. Give bandits a promising future, Adebayo Shitu tells the federal government. And of course, Nigerian Air Force and Army have been hardened bandits killing their wives and families, Sheikh Gumi. I don't want to say much, but then we'll also be looking at our last topic for today, which will be the NFIU exposes financial channels of IPOB and other terror groups. The Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit has unveiled the financing of terrorist organizations, including the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, through crowdfunding, betting platforms, and online transfers. Now, we spoke about this earlier on during the week when the NFIU said it had identified a vast network of IPOB affiliates spread across 22 countries. He's saying that the intelligence unit said that these affiliates are primarily Nigerians residing abroad, and they've registered at least 27 entities under the IPOB name, with the US and the UK leading the pack. Now, the newsletter said the NFIU analysis further exposed a concerning financial structure. The IPOB maintains bank accounts internationally. They receive funds from various sources disguised as monthly dues, services, and for the ESN, that's Eastern Security Network. There is really just a lot to say, but I will allow my analyst to do the talking. Welcome to the recap. If you're just joining us, not to worry, you haven't missed much. The program has just begun. This is the point where I invite my analyst to the microphone. You know him, and some of you love him. And for some of you, it's the other way around. He's Mr. Peter Anosike, development economist, acclaimed author, as well as political, social, and national affairs analyst. He is the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by the Wall Street Journal. Here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for entrepreneurs by the Small and Medium Scale Entrepreneurs Development Agency of Nigeria. That's SMEDAN, a federal government agency in charge of small and medium scale businesses. Welcome to the recap today, Mr. Anosike.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure. So it's another day for the recap. It's another day to have interesting, enlightening, and really imperative, important conversations. Okay. First up, very, very first up, there has been what we could call more or less a disquiet over the president's appointment, with many alleging that the appointments are lopsided, right? I just want to ask, is that an opinion that you also hold as well? Because the president said that he would foster a government, not just a government of national unity, but a government of national competence. Would you say there's been this competence in his appointment of ministers and his appointment of the people who have been working with him for a while now?
Well, talking of competence, the answer is zero. Talking of competence, the answer is zero.
That's competence in his appointment of ministers.
In his appointment of ministers and most of his appointments, the answer is zero.
So you don't believe in his cabinet?
I've never believed, and that's why nothing is working at the moment. I've not believed.
Because you don't believe is why nothing is working at the moment? Because
they are not competent. They are not competent on start, and they were not picked on merit. Understand? So those who are expressing disquiet have every reason to, because in Nigeria our politicians bite more than they can chew. Tinubu said that he's not only going to appoint a government of national unity, but government of national competency. Sweet talk. It sounds very, very sweet to the ear. But what do we have? This is a government of incompetent people. And that's why we are getting what we are getting at the moment.
Okay, let me ask, where is the incompetence? Like, in what part? What's that one minister or one person that has been appointed that you feel should not be here based on credentials, based on, where they're coming from, or based on where they've worked and what they've done?
All of them, no, there's no exception. All of them. The power minister is a banker. The aviation minister is a lawyer. Understand me?
The appointment should be based on their experience in that field that they are meant to man.
On their skills. You are appointed based on your skills. The minister of tourism is still doing her NYSC and serving as a minister at the same time. Which experience does she have? But my concern is those who are feeling that's apprehensive over the appointment. Because we have a constitution that we are not using, even though our constitution is fraud.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic
The Constitution of Nigeria is fraud.
It's a fraud, according to you.
It's a fraud.
What is fraudulent about it?
Okay. If you open the Constitution of 1999, the first sentence says, "We, the people of Nigeria, hereby resolve to live as a country." We, the people of Nigeria, hereby resolve to live as a country. The Yorubas were never consulted. The Hausas were never consulted. The Ibibios, the Igbos, the Benis, the thieves, the Idomas, they were never consulted. Do you want to be part of this Nigeria? Then why do you say we, the people of Nigeria? When was that consultation made? So that is the beginning. That is the fraud. So we have a fraud constitution, a fraud country, fraud leaders, and so on and so forth.
Okay, we're actually talking about appointments of ministers, appointment of his cabinet here. Yeah. And do you would you say, apart from the part of competence, would you say the appointments have been skewed, they've been lopsided to favor the people who some are saying helped him win elections, or people who supported him in last year's elections?
I will address that issue very, very well because I've written on it. There's what is called the federal character. This federal character was brought by the Olusegun Obasanjo government in 1976. When Obasanjo was the military head of state, he came up with what is known as the federal character. So federal character said, as a federation of many ethnic nationalities, it was decided that the sharing of power or responsibilities should always be done in such a way that it will cut across the ethnic geopolitical zones. Do you understand that? That the sharing of power or responsibility should be made in such a way that it will cut across the ethnic groups which make up the federations, so that the federating unit will have sense of belonging. That is the purpose of federal character, to give all the ethnic nationalities sense of belonging. Understand me? So this was referred as the federal character, which was in the 1976 draft and later put in the 1979 constitution. Understand? So section 14.3 of the constitution states as follows: the composition of the government of the federation or any of its agencies and the conduct of its affairs shall be carried out in such a manner as to reflect the federal character of Nigeria and the need to promote national unity and to also to command national loyalty, thereby ensuring that there shall be no predominance of persons from a few states or from a few ethnic or section. Listen to this, that there shall be no predominance of persons, understand, from a few states or from a few ethnic group. There shall be no predominance.
So there should be like no monopoly of appointments to a particular people, or there should be no preference.
Appointment should reflect all the geopolitical zones. Understand? So the main objective of federal character is to bring about equality and fairness in the distribution of resources, in appointment and in the composition of boards of public institutions. The federal character system was supposed to be, understand me, this is the purpose of the federal character, to ensure equality and fairness. There should be no ethnic group should exercise dominance. Understand me? Then what do we have in 1999 when Obasanjo became the president? So the truth is that this thing now was not, Tinubu was not the first sinner. Understand?
When you say the first sinner, what does that mean?
The first person to have an upside appointment.
So it always happens.
Tinubu was not the first sinner, neither was Buhari. I want to show you what Obasanjo, the person that brought federal character, did when he was elected president of Nigeria in 1999. So, mind you, what is giving Nigeria money is NNPC. That is the only thing that we are exporting in this country, crude oil. That is the engine room of the Nigeria economy. That is the only reason why Nigeria is still one country.
So basically oil.
Oil. So oil is the only thing that is uniting this country. Without this oil, Nigeria would have gone into pieces a long time ago. So when Obasanjo was made president, listen to Obasanjo's appointment. Okay, Obasanjo made himself the Minister of Petroleum. Mind you, Buhari also made himself the Minister of Petroleum. It was only Jonathan that appointed Dezian Amadeke as Minister of Petroleum. Understand me? Obasanjo was Minister of Petroleum. Buhari was Minister of Petroleum. It was only Jonathan that appointed the Minister of Petroleum under the person of Dezian Amadeke. So Obasanjo, during his own time, was the Minister of Petroleum. Then Funsho Pondoku was the Group Managing Director of NNPC. Understand? Then Rashid Badamosi was the Chairman of Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency. That's PPRA. Then Dr. Onuwande Onduyande was Secretary of PPRA. That is Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency. So the Kuponuku, a Yoruba man, was the group chairman of NNPC. Badamosin was the chairman of PPPRA. Dr. Onuyonde was the secretary of PPPRA. Understand me? Then Adebayo Saromi was the managing director of NPA, Nigeria Post Authority. Then Joseph Sanusi was the CBN governor. And all the proceeds of the oil is being paid into CBN. Understand? So these are the key institutions where the money is in the country. NNPC, NPA, CBN, all of them Yoruba people. I'm starting. Then Joseph Sanusi was the governor of the central bank. Then Joseph Ajiboye was the Auditor General of the Federation. Joseph was the Auditor General of the Federation. Then Kayode Nainju was Accountant General of the Federation. Auditor General, Accountant General, and then PPPRA, Secretary to PPPRA, CBN, all from one section of the country.
So that was an example of a decided appointment during Obasanjo's time.
A Yoruba man is the Accountant General of the Federation. A Yoruba man is the Auditor General of the Federation. A Yoruba man was the group managing director of NNPC. A Yoruba man was the CBN governor. A Yoruba man was the secretary of PPPRA. You're
saying all this did not reflect the federal character that Obasanjo himself thought to entrench. I'm just starting.
So for those who may not be comfortable with this arrangement, those who may want to make noise, Tafa Banogu was IGP, was Inspector General of Police, another policeman. That's another Yoruba man was the IGP, Inspector General of Police. Police. Then Bayo Ojo was the Minister of Justice. Understand me? Bayo Ojo was the Minister of Justice. All these are Yoruba men. Understand? So if you make any noise about this thing, Banogu will arrest you, put you in detention, and Bayo Ojo, the Minister of Justice, will ensure that you will never get bail. You see it? This is in a country that calls itself a federation. How does this reflect the federal character?
And you're saying this happens in almost every administration.
So, because government, they see every ethnic group see it as an opportunity to cut their own lion share of the commonwealth. Understand? This is our turn. It's time to enjoy. So you bring your own people. So Obasanjo did it. Jonathan cowardly couldn't do it. Buhari did it, and Tinubu is now doing it. The economy, finance is now revolving around the Yorubas.
But if this, apart from the fact that you've mentioned how some people in certain positions do not have the qualification to be there, and again, apart from regionalization, if these people were competent enough, would that still be a problem because it doesn't reflect the federal character?
Our constitution says federal character, that every appointment should reflect the federal character. There should be no predominance of any people or ethnic group in the appointment in the country. Without a constitution, there's no country. What gives Nigeria and backing as a country is our constitution. Understand me? It is the constitution that shows that you are a sovereign nation. So what they are doing is not what is in the constitution. So as I said, Tinubu was not the first sinner. Obasanjo did it. Buhari did it. Understand?
When you describe it as a case of the first sinner or the last sinner or the second sinner, it makes it look like this is something bad that is intentionally
It is
done.
wickedness. It is wickedness.
So you agree that the appointments have been lopsided
It has been lopsided.
to favor a particular people, to favor supporters,
Now-
or to favor people
now-
from the region.
Obasanjo's, Tinubu's in-law, Ojo, that was appointed the MD of FHA. Understand? Where is that competency? The Ganduje son that was appointed, where is that competency? The Bisa Konde's son that was appointed, where is that competency? Understand me? So his appointments were not based on competence. It was just this an opportunity for me to say thank you, to reward my friends. And the country is suffering.
All right. You spoke about the constitution as being, one of the issues that Nigerians have. Afenifere leader Pa Adebanjo is saying to the president that he should forget about a second term and give Nigeria a new constitution. Also, Senator Siriake Dixon, representing Bayelsa West in National Assembly, has said that in the 1999 constitution, there is an insufficient mechanism for accountability. Are these opinions that you would agree with? He's saying the 1999 constitution created emperors as president and governors. It really gave, president and governors too much power.
I said the constitution is a fraud. The constitution is...
Don't you think that's a harsh way of describing it? A fraud.
When
You're
they are
saying it's fraudulent. It's a problem. It's a deceit.
When they are talking of amendment, you cannot amend what is rotten. The constitution is a fraud. From the first letter in that constitution, we, the people of Nigeria, is a fraud.
Okay, that is the main problem, or one of the problems, or the start of the problem.
It's the beginning of the problem. So foundation is important.
What other parts of the constitution do you have an issue with? Apart from this one that talks about the we, that
No,
talks about federal character.
once the head is rotten, nothing can salvage the body. Understand me? So that constitution is only what to be thrown into the dustbin. So when they are talking of amending constitution, you cannot amend. It's just like a broken egg. You cannot amend a broken egg. So there was never a time that we, the Igbo men, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Benis, the Funanis were called. Do you want to be part of this country? That did not happen. Understand me?
And it should have happened.
That is, if it has happened, then we say yes, we want to be part of it. We are being we are coaxed into this country. And mind you, what led to the amalgamation of northern and southern Nigeria is a problem of 500 pounds. 500 pounds. North Nugard was running a deficit of 500 pounds in the north, but having a profit in the south. So he decided that to merge north and south to balance his book. That is all. From there, the forces in from that error, it continued up till now. Understand? It continued up till now. That was why in one of my book, I titled it 100 Years of Amalgamation, Igbos, What Hope in Nigeria. Understand me? After this fraud of amalgamation, what is our hope in Nigeria?
Are you saying it's only this region that has,
No,
quote and unquote, the words suffered for the amalgamation?
You have to cry for your own people first.
Before you start thinking about
Charity
this.
begins at home. That's why I have that to write that book. 100 Years of Amalgamation, Igbos, What Hope in Nigeria? Because you were not asked, your opinion was not sought before they put you into Nigeria. Understand me? So that's why the amalgamation was fraudulent, the constitution was fraudulent.
All right. So I just came across a news story that I felt might interest you. All right. But while we're talking about this, let me try to confirm the authenticity of this information so I don't, feed you wrong information. And I'm trying to do that right now. Okay. So this headline says, right, give me a minute. Additional proposes United States of Nigeria as new name for Nigeria.
Okay, mind you, United States of America, each of the states in America had their own Supreme Court. Understand?
It's not like the federal.
No. They keep their resources to themselves. Understand me?
So every state, like there's devolution of powers.
There's
every state
devolution
is
of
responsible
powers
for its people and its improvement and development.
So if we can go for United States of Nigeria, which means we are going back to the regions where power belongs to the regions, and it will be a welcome development. Understand me? So you cannot be forced to become a country, and that's what the 1999 Constitution did.
Okay, we have quite a bit to discuss, and we've spent quite a number of time, quite some time on this particular topic. At exactly 5 p.m., the phone lines will be open so that you can also share your thoughts on this situation, on this issues that we've discussed. Okay, keep it light, keep it simple, keep it polite. Right. Moving forward, but still on the issue of appointment, Wike says he's happy to be a part of Tinubu's administration because the renewed hope agenda is working, particularly as it concerns area councils, rural parts, and not just cities and urban areas. He's saying there's been tremendous support from the president to the FCT administration. He's provided critical infrastructure and quality services to the residents of the FCT. But just, that headline, I feel happy to be part of Tinubu's administration, Wike.
Wike is happy to have a job.
He is happy
to
have a job.
Is happy to have a job.
In anybody's cabinet, in just anybody's cabinet, or just anywhere.
Wike is a professional politician. Wike is a professional politician. He's one of those that we refer to as billionaires without enterprise. What has Wike done since before 1999? Wike was a tax collector in a park. Understand me?
Can't we say he's climbed up the ladder?
From there, 1999, he became a chairman of the local government, Bwala. Understand me? That's 1999. He became a chairman of his local government. From there, Rotimi Amechi made him chief of staff. From chief of staff, he became the Minister of State for Education under Jonathan. And from there to governor. He has not done anything outside government. So now, if you throw him out, what else can he do? So he is happy to have a job, not that the renewed hope agenda is working.
Are you saying even if it wasn't this administration, any administration it is, he's happy to have a job?
Wike is the same thing with Daniel Bwala, with Fani Kayode. These are professional politicians.
You feel like he
billionaires without enterprise. Have you heard any business that Wike is into?
How much do we know about him personally, really?
Understand me? Have you heard any business that Fani Kayode is into? These people feed on government. They have no life after politics. Understand me? So Wike is happy to have a job. Before the election, he was saying that he's not interested in being a minister. But he accepted that minister because that is the only thing he can do. So he's among those that are referred to as billionaires without enterprise. What business has he? None. So this government is the only thing that he can fit in. If 2027 another government comes in, he will find a way and enter there. And he will still have reasons to justify it. So those people, I don't take them serious.
Okay then. Let's not spend too much time on this, and let's move on to the very next topic quickly. Reno Omokri and Daniel Bwala are seemingly losing sleep over Peter Obi. That's what the headline says. These are not my words. All right. So Daniel Bwala has taken to social media to call Peter Obi a political, more or less a political jobber, a political I can't say this word on a radio, but yes, it's almost as if, you know, when you go to certain areas and then you see people who stand by the road and they're looking for customers. That's what Daniel Bwala is saying Peter Obi is, and that he moved from APGA to PDP to the Labour Party, and now that he's even planning to move to the XDP. He's saying Peter Obi betrayed Ojukwu, he betrayed Atiku Abubakar, and now he's planning to betray Pat Utomi and co and others of the Labour Party. That in fact, if it was anyone else, they would berate the person, but because it's Peter Obi, his supporters are making excuses for him. That's Daniel Bwala. Reno Omokri, on his own part, has said that Peter Obi has said he is interested in building a new Nigeria, not in building a new Labour Party, saying, how can he build Nigeria if he cannot solve the crisis rocking the party? He also said, when you remove the hype and propaganda and you hand Peter Obi a microphone without a written script, he doesn't know anything. He's a trader. He's not a leader. And that's why he's trading blames when he should be providing solutions.
Well. Peter Obi and Peter Nosike myself, we are graduates of Philosophy Department of University of Nigeria and Nsukka. Understand me? Peter Obi was just few years ahead of me in the Department of Philosophy of the University of Nigeria and Nsukka. And one-on-one, Peter Obi and Reno is nowhere. Understand me?
Is that because he didn't graduate from University of Nigeria and Nsukka?
Peter, do you know when Peter Obi was the chairman of Fidelity? At what age? At what age? So Peter Obi is living rent-free in the head of Reno, Omokri, and Bawanda.
Wouldn't you say that is what happens when you become, would I call it, a palpable opposition? Opposition always more or less attack each other verbally and otherwise.
So Peter Obi is living rent-free in their head. They are not sleeping because of Peter Obi. Daniel, just not up to a month ago, was Atiku Ababakar's spokesperson, isn't it? These people, because of hunger, they don't have conscience. This guy betrayed Atiku not up to 1 month ago.
So he has no right to call Peter Obi a Judas, because he's more or less also one. Because that's what he said.
I cannot compare. That's comparing Peter Obi and Daniel. It's like comparing heaven and hell, this thing, fire.
You are saying there is a stark difference.
I will be doing Peter Obi a disservice to mention him and mention this shoe shiners. Because that's what Omokri is. Is this because that's what Daniel Bwala, they are shoe shiners? Is
this because you would say they are doing exactly the same thing that they are accusing Peter Obi of? Or
they are shoe shiners.
They can't stand in the same
room
with him. They are shoe
shiners.
Or they can't be in the same place with him. They are not up to his standard.
At what age was Peter Obi the chairman of Fidelity Bank? Understand? What business is Omokri doing? What business is Bwala doing? Everybody know what Peter Obi is doing. Understand me? Everybody know what Peter Obi is doing. Peter Obi is never desperate for any. He's a very well contented human being.
Okay.
When you say contention, Peter Obi comes to mind.
So that is to say, you're saying he's a contented person and he just has that contentment, and no, all of these are not his issues.
He is doing that, bringing his name down when you mention Omokri, and even if they are in existence, Peter Obi don't even know.
And that's why I asked the question, wouldn't you say that is what happens when you position yourself as the opposition? Isn't that what happens? People attack the opposition and just try to attack each other one way or the other and discredit each other because they're in the opposition.
I have said this before. If you go to a bush and see 5 trees standing, the one that everybody is throwing stone at is the one that has fruits. Go near them. Check which one are everybody throwing stone at. It is the one that has fruits. P2B was not the only one that contested the 2023 presidential election. So why focus on him?
Maybe because he's the one that was able to garner a huge following.
It is his credibility. They think that they can stain him, but they cannot. They cannot.
Okay. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Ijeoma Innocent, and with me in the studio, I have Mr. Peter Nasike, development economist, acclaimed author, as well as political and national affairs analyst. I've been talking about certain issues that made major headlines during the week. We'll now be moving on to our fourth topic for the evening, and this one deals with the issue of insecurity. Right, so here is the thing. Give bandits a promising future, Adebayo Shitu tells federal government. A former minister of communication, Adebayo Shitu, has urged President Bwala Tinubu-led federal government to promise bandits a promising future by negotiating with them. Shitu said most of these bandits are able-bodied men whom the federal government should retain. He said a non-kinetic approach in dealing with banditry would bring about a lot of results, right? All right, let's now go to controversial Islamic cleric Ahmad Gumi and how he has also reacted to the situation. He said Nigerian Air Force Army have been hard on bandits, killing their wives and their families. Now, he said that the Nigerian Air Force has been, more or less doing too much. And speaking on the topic of ending Nigerians' recurring abductions, Sheikh Gumi emphasized the need for non-kinetic approach to effectively address the activities of bandits in the north. 2 questions, Mr. Noske. What is this thing about a non-kinetic approach? All right. And also, the federal government has said it would not negotiate with bandits, but some people seem to think that he should. I mean, Adebayo Shitu, Sheikh Gumi, they are saying negotiate with these bandits. Gumi is even saying negotiate with them the way you negotiated with Niger Delta militants and they will come around.
These are 2 different issues. Bandits are different from the Niger Delta militants. We know what the Niger Delta militants were fighting. Understand me? Everybody know what they are fighting. The goose that is laying the golden eggs are not getting anything from it. Their environment is being degraded. They don't have water to drink. They don't have land that to farm. Understand? And still they are not getting anything from it. So Niger Delta militants fought a just cause. Understand me? Niger Delta militant fought a just cause. Their environment is being degraded because of the oil that is happening there. They cannot farm, they cannot fish, and they're not getting anything from that. They are not getting anything from what is taken away from their soil. So as a human being, you must revolt, and they revolted. They have a reason for doing that. Then for the bandits, these are criminals. Understand me? Then for Adebayo Shitu, I feel highly disappointed by that statement. Because, 1, mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. Understand me? Mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. There are a lot of hard-working Nigerian youths who don't And this man is talking about giving bandits that's a good future, which means you justify what they are doing. And he and Gumi are in the same shoe, unfortunate shoe. My stand: you don't condone evil, you eliminate evil. Anybody that decides to be a terrorist, a bandit, should be eliminated in capital. You don't condone evil, you eliminate evil. So whoever is speaking for mercy for the terrorists or the bandits maybe has that in him. That is my position. That's why I say mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. When you exercise mercy for somebody who is guilty, you are telling the innocent that he is stupid. Understand me? You are simply telling the innocent that he is stupid, that he doesn't know anything. You are encouraging that person that is good to become bad. And that's what Adebayo did by saying give a promising future to bandits. People who have killed, burnt, maimed. You are telling government that to give them a promising future. Then what of those who have been living, been not abiding, which means or they are stupid? So they should weigh what they want to say before saying it.
If you say they should weigh what they want to say before saying it, is it not because they believe that and that's why they said it?
Listen to me. Before, the best way to think, before you say something, listen to what you want to say. How does it sound in you? How does it resonate with you? That's how people who knows think. Before you say something out, listen to it internally. How does that resonate to you? When you begin to talk, give bandits promising future. Then the not abiding ones, what happens? Which means everybody should go and become a bandit now, so that they will all have a promising future. So I'm disappointed that he can make that statement.
All right. When you say you are disappointed in Adebayo Shitu, is that because you expected more from him? Is this someone you respect?
No. When you serve under Buhari, something might go wrong a bit. I understand. That's upstairs. Understand me?
That sounds like a subtle jab. It sounds like a subtle insult.
But where he's coming from, the geopolitical zone that he's coming from, I don't expect him to make such a statement. Understand? If he's Gumi, understand? Yes, it should be understood. But Adebayo, I'm disappointed that he can make such a statement.
Okay. Five minutes before 5 p.m. and we'll now take the very last topic we'll be treating for today so that we can open the phone lines at exactly 5 p.m. for you to share your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas, your suggestions, and everything that we have discussed today. And so the NFRU has exposed the financial channels of IPOB and other terror groups. The Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit said it has unveiled the financing of terrorist organizations, including IPOB, through crowdfunding, betting platforms, online transfers. He's saying they have such a structured and wide network extending to at least spread across 22 countries. In fact, he's saying crowdfunding is a major source of income for IPOB, with over $160,000 being funneled to transmission media broadcasting companies in Bulgaria, South Africa, and in the UK. Zelensky. I mean, there is so much we want to know about this and about the intelligence that came across this, but there are other areas that it would seem that intelligence is lacking, and other areas that they seem to be functioning really great.
There's no intelligence in that. There's no iota of intelligence in that. That's a cooked up report. They say IPOB and others. Which orders were mentioned there? Was ISWAP mentioned? Was Boko Haram mentioned? Understand? So for me, there's no intelligence this report there.
But they could be taking this one after the other. Maybe now they've told us
and they
about
started
IPOB.
with IPOB.
We might be
And
going
they
to Boko
started
Haram next.
with IPOB.
Recall on the issue of insecurity, they actually mentioned 15 names of terrorism financiers.
They just want to give a dog a bad name. Understand me? It is only in Nigeria, it is only Buhari government that declared IPOB a terrorist organization.
You are saying they are not globally seen as a terrorist organization?
They are even not. Understand me? Even in Nigeria, they are not. Understand me? So it's just...
But if they are already designated that by the Nigerian government, why would you
on
say
their own, IPOB is not.
But for Boko Haram, ISWAP and the rest, we can say they are globally agreed to be, terrorists.
Okay, so America, UK declared Boko Haram, ISWAP as terrorist organizations. International community declared Boko Haram, ISWAP as terrorist organizations. Then they left these two and focused on IPOB and the ESN. That shows you the bias in the country. Understand me?
Also, when you talk about bias, would you say, right, that there is no bias in the way you are also seeing this issue? Because you're asking why are they beaming the searchlight on IPOB and not Boko Haram on ISWAP? And I asked, maybe this is a first. And recall that they also mentioned 15 names of terrorist financiers about 2 weeks ago.
Excuse me. When you want to eliminate evil, start from the head, not from the bottom. Understand me? When you want to eliminate evil, start from the head, not from the bottom. What and what has IPOB done? Have you heard of any kidnapping that IPOB did? Have you heard of any burning that they did? So for me, this is a cooked up report by the enemies of the Igbos.
When you say this is cooked up, that would sound
it's not intelligence at all. It is not
you
intelligence.
You can say it's not intelligence, right? But when you say it's cooked up, you're saying that these people just came up with these figures.
They came up with that report to give Igbo people a bad name.
Are you now saying that IPOB is not being funded through crowdfunding, betting platforms and others like they are saying? Are you saying that how does IPOB now get their fund, the ESN, to operate and to do whatever it is that they are doing? They said they discovered over $160,000 being funneled to transmission, media and broadcasting companies in other different countries. Are they not being funded?
Ijeoma, I can stay in my bedroom and write a better report than that. So I'm not impressed.
Okay. Go back to the issue of you saying it was cooked up. You're saying this is a figment of someone's imagination.
Yes, to give the Igbo a bad name.
Are you saying this based on facts that you have at hand, or is this really your sentiment or emotion speaking?
I know the model of IPOB. IPOB was modeled to be a non-violent organization. The way Matama Nestin, Chief Owazurike, the founder of Mossab, schooled in New Delhi University. Understand me? So he studied the Mahatma Gandhi principle of non-violence. Understand me? And it is that principle that Mossab began to operate for years until IPOB broke away from Mossab, and they continued with that principle. So IPOB is a non-violent organization.
Okay.
That is one fake IGP of of police one day said that he has disarmed IPOB.
If you say that it was formed to be a non-violent organization,
it is a non-violent organization.
It is, okay, according to you, it's a non-violent organization,
yes.
right? Can't we then say it has been infiltrated by, people
It has not.
Not even with Simon Ekpa, who spews violent rhetoric?
Where is Ekpa?
He's not in Nigeria.
Okay. So IPOB is a non-violent organization.
Okay then, 5:01 p.m. by my time right here on the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Interesting conversations we've been having so far. And if you want to join us, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Once again, it's 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. Let's have candid conversations today. Let me just reiterate. No insults, be polite, and really just don't say anything that would put you or I in trouble. All right, let's be polite. Let's keep it radio friendly. Okay, please, I'm begging and I'm asking. Let's keep it polite. Let's keep it radio friendly. Don't make assertions or statements that you cannot back up. Let everything you're saying be factual. So share your ideas, your suggestions, your opinions with us. But Voice of the People, after all, we definitely want to hear from you. If you would rather send a message via our WhatsApp platforms, it is to 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Rather, that is the WhatsApp number to send a message to. Well, the good thing is you can also call us up on WhatsApp, right? For those in the diaspora who can reach us via our direct phone lines, you can call us via WhatsApp. And yes, maybe if you don't have it time, but you have data, you can call us via WhatsApp as well. I'm itching to hear from you. So who's our first caller for today? Remember to keep it polite, keep it radio friendly. Okay, thank you. Thank you in anticipation of doing that. Thank you. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Good evening. You know what? Answer my own greeting.
Good evening.
What's your name and location, please? Mr. Frank. All right, let me hear from you in a minute. 1 minute, please.
Mr. Ben, yes. The bandit, the son of Israel is talking about now. That man that said that thing now. Tell me how many bandits that are in Nigerian Correctional Center. What that man was talking about is what the rape. I'm telling you the truth. There is no bandits in Nigerian Correctional Center. The people who are in our prison, about something,000 youths that are in Nigerian Correctional Center, those who were in the COVID-19 law, NSAS protesters, the hawkers, those who did not cross express, those who cross express who did not climb the pedestrian bridge, those who domestic violence. All these are the things, the people that fool our correctional centers. So bandits are in the forest killing people. When they carry them straight to Paris. From they have rehabilitated them. They will send them back there. They will integrate them into the society. So that man, what that man said now, you find out that is what is exactly happening. He said that government should give them future. Government have already given them future. They will gather them now and call comedians to entertain them, cook jollof rice for them, give them bottled water. People who kill Nigerian soldiers, people who kill army generals, people who came to the barracks and carry armored vehicles and enter forest. People who lay ambush against the military and kill 40-something at a city. They will carry them and enter barracks. Tomorrow you hear that they have reintegrated them, that they have sent them back. They will not enter forest again. How many of them are standing trial? How many of them are standing trial? How many of them have been sentenced to death? So they will be laughing at us if we are just saying that that man is just exposing their secrets, what they have already done. Okay. Concerning my fault, I want to first start on about that one is the truth. If you see now, of different cult groups in the East, when they go into armed robbery, they will carry the Afghan flag. And when they caught police catch them, they will say it's IPOB. It's a lie. Because every woman wants to identify himself with Biafra. So IPOB is not a violent, it's not a terrorist group, but they have been proscribed. That is the constitution. But when armed robbers go and say they will carry their flag, they will call them IPOB. And internationally, there's no country that recognize them as a terrorist group. If you go to UK, they have office. If you go to America, they have office. Registered office with the government. With the government, and they are collecting revenue. They are collecting, taxing themselves, collecting money among themselves. They are not even hiding it. So I don't understand what this man is saying about, talking about. And they look at bandits and Boko Haram, killing in the north.
Thank you, Mr. Ben.
Look at
Thank you.
Boko Haram killing, and they have not discovered Boko Haram. And it is all the people that are in outside the country. They are outside the country. In their meeting, they are not hiding. No country recognizes them. In Germany, they are there openly. In China, they are there openly. Nigeria should write to all those federal governments, and tell them that these people are terrorists so that they will answer them. Ijeoma, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
God bless you for that day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that day. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right then, 0700 903 903 903. Thank you so much for holding on. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
My name is Akinla Sulaiman. I'm calling from Alimosho.
Welcome to the program. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, the man said we can't actually label IPOP as terrorists because the international bodies or international organizations does not label them as terrorists. And then I will ask him, what is his own definition or perception of terrorism? Because these people are a threat to humanity. We have a lot of people being killed on a daily basis. The recent one was
which people are you talking about?
We've heard cases of IPOB members killing people. Even the Bwala administration took it
Hello, you've been holding on. Come on. Oh dear, give me a call back 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. The last caller called me on WhatsApp, okay? So you can also give me a call right there and I'll be taking it. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Hello?
Hi, are you there? What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, my name is Mr. Patrick. I'm calling from Boots.
Welcome, Mr. Patrick. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Mr. Notik, I greet you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. See, P2B. You see, Obi, whether it's any party, Obi, the Obi movement, the obedience movement, we are a different people. Different people for many parties, for many political parties. So it's not even a level. Obi movement is not even level. It's not even. It's for many other parties. So whichever Obi choose, the Obi movement will back him 2-4. I voted for APC here. My wife voted for APC. But Obi movement is different from party. It don't belong to any party. Obi movement is not a party. That was you should know. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for keeping it short and simple. 0700 903 903 903. On WhatsApp it's 0817 175 6338 0817 175 6338. I can see your comments on YouTube. Do keep them coming. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you very much.
What's your name and location, please?
This is Ola from Sule.
Okay, Mr. Ola, let's hear from you. Hello? All right, give me a call back, right? 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Please turn down your volume. I can hear myself.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening. Mr. Anosika, I greet you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank God for this afternoon. I'm calling from Ila Samaja. My name is Ojukwu.
Welcome. Let's hear from you.
Thank you. Mr. Anosika, God bless you.
Amen.
God strengthen you. Amen. Let me say again, I'm Pastor Ojukwu. You have said it all. You have said it all.
Please turn down the volume on your radio set. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Okay, I've done that. IPOP is not a terrorist group. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. IPOP is not a terrorist group. The man that just called before the one that is just left now, he don't know what he's saying. The people that kill people in the East, they are not IPOP. IPOP cannot be killing the people that are fighting for. They cannot be killing people they are fighting for. The whole world did not recognize IPOP as a terrorist group. They have their branches everywhere in the whole world, in America, and they have not. No American cities, the American government did not label them a terrorist. It is only here. They just do that to make sure that the Nigerian government did that to make sure that they paint bad image on Igbo people. So thank you.
Thank you. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. I can see your messages on WhatsApp and your comment on YouTube. Keep them coming. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name and location, please?
This is Obi calling from Ikeja. Agree to. Agree to.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome, Obi.
Yeah, my sister. Yeah, you see, anybody that's calling IPOB and the ESN and terrorist is lacking knowledge seriously. Let me just give you an example. Nandekalo, where is Nandekalo from? Is he not from Abia State? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
He's from Abia State. How come there is no trouble in Abia State? And you're having this trouble in Anambra, Imo, especially Imo? Does it not tell you that some there is 50 columnists working seriously to bring down the name of IPOB and the ESN? What will some people, when they stay somewhere, they just talk, they don't know what they're talking about? How can just like the last caller said, how will you kill somebody you have been projecting to be yours? It's not possible now. People should watch and listen and see. Look, they should. They say if you come to Aba, you bend down, you see about where. They should come down and look at what is happening in Nigeria, and they will understand that some people are making money from what is happening in South, especially in Imo State. Some people are making mega money from it in the name of IPOB terrorism. No, the IPOB is not a terrorist organization. I let go to say thank you very much.
Thank you for your call. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. On WhatsApp, it's 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. You can send a message and you can also call me up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Choma.
And what's your name and location, please?
You cannot speak, my brother. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, Choma.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Choma. I believe you are a journalist, a professional one, right? Choma, by your verification, has you ever verified or had any international community, both in Africa here, label IPOB a terrorist group? That's my one question. So can you answer that question, please, before I go on?
You know the answer to that. We've been talking about it, so move on.
Okay. Now let's move on. Chioma, then again, if anybody, if they say that they have found the people that are financing IPOB, why didn't they mention the names of other terrorist groups? Why? They left others and mentioned IPOB and ESN. What about the bandits and Boko Harams over there in the north? They left it. So I might give a dog a bad name for you to kill it. That is what is happening. I keep on telling people that the Igbos did not belong here.
Where do they
let me not go that side now.
Please don't go that side.
Now let me not go that side, Choma. Then again, let's concentrate on this issue. That Bwala or whoever is called himself is that Peter is a say, yeah, left Apoga, come to PDP, left PDP, went to Labour Party. Now he's starting to leave Labour Party. Let me ask him, where is Ojukwu now? Which party is Ojukwu in?
He's still in the PDP.
Oh, really? Ojukwu is still in PDP, but he said that you heard it that Ojukwu is taking a break from PDP. It's in your news. You read it out. So why is he taking a break from PDP? Where's he going to? So again, the president of Nigeria today, Tinubu, where was he? Is Tinubu still in Yeji?
So you're saying people can migrate from one party to the other without ulterior
People
motive?
can migrate from one party to another party for crying out loud. Where was Buhari before? Daniel Bwala, who is saying this now, was the spokesperson of Atiku. These people just want to make money. They just want them to be recognized. They just want recognition. He that is speaking now, where was he before? And where is he now? It is a shame what the so-called scholars in Nigeria are doing because on the name of money, on the name of money, sort of money has killed them all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I need to let you go so that others can talk. But the way you always call this my name, the way you always call my name with emphasis, like say, now you give me the name, but not even that. Yeah, you can't call my name, but they just call the name like say you won't warn me. As if I'm beside you, you draw my ear and talk to me. Chioma, because take it easy on me, right? I'm just a moderator. All right, 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Turn down volume on your radio sets, please.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location? All right, Mr. Ola from Surulere. Welcome to the conversation. Hello, are you there? I don't know what's wrong with. You know what? Just give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? All right, give me a call back. I really cannot hear you, okay? You know, if you're finding it difficult to reach us via the direct phone line, you can actually give me a call on WhatsApp, okay? 08171756338. That's 0817-175-6338. Again, 0817-175-6338. You can call me up on WhatsApp if you're finding it difficult to, get through via the direct line. Hope it's not now that, this thing won't start coming up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
This is Obi calling back. I forgot to emphasize on the Bwala and what is his name.
All right, in a minute. 1 minute. 1 minute, please.
Yes, 1 minute is even too much. You see, why you know why I like P2B? If P2B wants to answer Bwala and what do you call him, that is, they love P2B, so that's why they're always talking about P2B. P2B will say, my brother, you know me now. Bwala, you're my brother. If I'm Judas Iscariot, you also Judas Iscariot. Because you left Atiku now to church to the moon. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness, this is what anyway, it's a comic relief. So 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, Ijeoma.
Hello, good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, it's Nemeka from me.
Welcome, Nemeka. In a minute, please, let's hear from you.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother.
Nemeka, long time more.
All right. Let's hear your opinion on the issues we've discussed today.
Please, my comment to go to these two people. These people that is starting to. The only thing we are telling them is this: we will decide to give our worst enemy that can lead us very fine power to lead us. And giving power, that's our brother that will come to power and spoil everything for us. You understand me? That my brother that will come to power and mess everything up. I will let that die for him not to get that power. I will give it to my worst enemy that will read us very fine. Let that be in their mind. Make them notice say Peter Obi at their class, yo. Peter Obi and one another. I know him from infancy, from small boy up to today, where I did today. That's the way you see. Abraham can tell you when he bring stability to Nigeria. It's not their class at all. Maybe they go find their class and deal with them. And another one is again these people that is campaigning for giving a shot to bandits. The good citizens are suffering, dying for hunger. Looking for opportunity. They are not giving to them. They are campaigning, giving power of push up to bandits. Maybe they continue doing that. But tomorrow, if crowd of people from bandit group, they don't blame anybody. God bless you.
Okay. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. Please keep it polite, keep it simple, keep it factual, and just be nice. All right. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi. Can you hear me? Give me a call back 0700 903 903 903. On WhatsApp is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening. Chairman, Pastor Ojukwu call back again.
Okay. Please turn on the volume on your radio set and let's hear you in a minute. 1 minute, please.
Okay, I'll do that. Fine, I'm doing that. You see, I don't know whether I will stay. Is we still have Nigeria? I don't know. If you still have this country called Nigeria, and this thing is happening, there must be a solution. You see, and we want to find out the pillar that hold this country, or the pillar that Nigeria is being building upon. There is two pillars that America is building upon today. Number one, America believes in sacredness of human personality. That is, human being need to be treated with respect. Number two, America believes in sovereignty of the Almighty God. That is, God is ruling. That no human being have right to rule his fellow human being. Which one is our own? Now, then as I'm talking to you now, if you want to have the solution of this, we come. The church, the religious body, they have the key. Because the people that perpetrate this evil came from them.
Okay. 1 minute is up. 1 minute is up. All right. So we need to hear from others.
I call back?
Please, you've called twice already. Let's hear from other people. All right. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening.
What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, my name is Gede. I'm calling from Olosho.
All right. Let me hear from you quickly in a minute.
Okay. My own is they said IPOB is a terrorist group. Who is the leader of IPOB? Is it not Nnamdi Kanu that they have? Each state have been able to prove against him in the court that they have him. Each of the case against him have been able to prove. Since IPOB is a terrorist organization, but they have the leader. But they haven't been able to prove any case against him. Yet they still detain him there. How done are they terrorist organization when they have the leader or they can't prove any case against him? That's my question.
Thank you for keeping it short and simple. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. We are Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The program you're listening to is The Recap. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. I'm your host, and I have here Mr. Peter Anosike for the analysis. Call me up. Welcome to The Recap. Good evening.
Hello, Sister Chima.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Please turn down the volume on your radio set. Hello. Give me a call back, all right? I was finding it difficult to hear you. Welcome to The Recap. Good evening.
Good evening, Chairman. How are you today?
I'm very well. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Pastor Obi. I'm calling from Ayobo.
All right, Pastor, let's hear from you in a minute, please.
All right, I want to talk about those that criticize and talk about Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a name, is a household name. You can only liken the person of P2B, the followership that P2B has when he came out, to that that NKO had when he came out in 1993. So anybody that's talking about P2B is talking about himself, and he doesn't really know what he's taking. What he should be thinking about is to build a reputation like P2B. They are just envious of the young man. They're just envious of him. They're just gathering together to see how to pull him down. But God will not allow them to succeed. Thank you very much. Is that
okay? 0700 903 903 903. Thank you so much for your call. Thank you for keeping it short and simple. Let me hear from you. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, are you there?
I'm here, Chairman.
What's your name and location, please?
My name is Christopher. I'm calling from Ijeoma.
All right, Christopher, let's hear from you in a minute, please.
P2B is a man of the people. And people labeling IPOP a terrorist, what they are doing it in the P2B and the Biafrans and Nigerians down. Okay?
I can hear myself in the background. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Okay, I have done that already.
All right.
So they are doing it to turn P2B and Nnamdi Kalu as a terrorist group. It's not accepted in any form by the virtual powerful of Igbo people. They are doing it in the name of to bring them down. Look at, for example, when P2B come out, he come out with a crowd. And he's moving on with a crowd. Okay? So there's no way you can tell me that P2B or Nnamdi Kalu or IPOP is a terrorist group. Terrorist groups are in the north, killing people day in, day out, kidnapping students day in, day out. What have they done? What have they said about them? How can anybody stand up now and tell me say that, yes, this is what we have heard about the terrorist groups in Nigeria? Can anybody?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. 1 minute is up and we need to hear from others. Thank you so much for holding on.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome to the recap. Oh dear, give me a call back 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Ijeoma.
Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Done already.
What's your name and location, please?
My name is Mr. Sunday. I'm calling from Satellite Town.
Welcome, Mr. Sunday. In a minute, let's know what you think about this whole situation.
Okay, I wanted to ask if the soldiers that have been killed in the north. Hello?
I can hear you.
The soldiers that have been killed in the north, are they less soldiers from the one that were killed at Delta State? I'm not supporting the ones they killed in Delta State, but the velocity at which they came out to attack even the villagers, people that were not in the making of the killing, are not the way they take it when they happen in the north. We have had series of news of even terrorists shooting down an aircraft of the military. They didn't go there to shoot to burn down the villages. So then that is that. Then IPOP are terrorists. I think I know that each terrorist, whenever they carry action, they come out to claim responsibility. But the IPOP, since the inception, they have never claimed any responsibility of any act of terrorism. And there is no proof. There have been of IPOP since inception. Whenever they are arrested, taken to court, no court of Nigeria has convicted any member of IPOP as terrorists. So why the tag of terrorism on them? Then I don't think Nigeria intelligence is more than that of America and UK. I believe they have any terrorism. American intelligence and UK intelligence, they will have come out with a certain proof that they are terrorists. So I think they are just being given bad name so that their influence will not spread. Their influence will not spread. That is just that. If you take away the terrorism tag from IPOP, I believe there will be family unit of IPOP in all Eastern Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Are with IPOP.
Okay.
So that is it. And P2B that Reno and Bwala are talking about. They are just angels of P2B. P2B has been an employer of labor even before he went into government. And when he came out from government, he has not been desperate to take any appointment from government because he has life after government. So they are not Bwala and Reno. They are just learning work where P2B is.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We need to hear from others as well. 0700 903 903 903. Call me up and let's have candid conversations this evening. I can see your comments on YouTube and your messages on WhatsApp. Keep them coming. Thank you so much for holding on. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Choma.
What's your name and location, please?
My name is C2 calling from Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Welcome, C2.
Good evening.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Adosike, I thank you very much for the good job that you're doing. But there's something I need to tell our people from the East. You see, we say what we people are doing now, I think you people are doing it late. But nevertheless, if at all what you guys are doing now, you people were together allowing the northerners to divide the easterners, there will be no loophole for these people to come and tell us who to rule us.
How are they dividing the easterners?
Sorry?
How are they dividing the easterners?
Who voted for Hope Uzodinma? Did anybody voted for him? Didn't you know who they voted for? Did anybody voted for Hope Uzodinma? I ask you, Choma Innocent. Did anybody? The problem we have is because our people play politics with the life of their people. The Northerners does not play politics with the life of their people. When you want to become a governor, they have to approve you. Every Eastern governor is being approved by the Northerners. But you have to approve. They have to turban them to come and rule, to come and govern their people the way they like.
So you are saying you have an advice for the Easterners, right?
Yeah, yes.
What's your advice?
That's what I'm saying. The advice is this: for how long are we continue to be watching these Northerners, the Fulanis particularly, to be determining what happened in the southeast?
That's a question.
Yes. Let me finish, my sister. That's where I'm coming. For how long? It's because of our people, make themselves to look like useless in the front of these people. That is why they can come out and speak to us the way they want. These Alamadris, who are their fathers?
All right. Thank you, C2, for calling. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you go on so it doesn't get impolite. But I really appreciate everyone that calls in. But please help me to help you. Our voice of the people, I definitely want to hear from you. Look, you're the reason I'm here, right? You really are the reason I'm here. I definitely want to hear from you. I want to talk to you just the way you hear my voice every day. I want to hear your voice as well. I mean, you matter most in the grand scheme of things. We are here because of you, a voice of the people. But we cannot allow you say what is not okay for the safety and well-being of you and I think we'll take 2 more calls and then we'll call it today right here on the program. 2 more calls and we'll call it today. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and location, please? Can you hear me? Oh my, what is the problem? Let me hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
All right.
What's your name and location, please? Oh dear, please give me a call back. I wonder what the issue is. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I want to hear from you. Call me up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Are you there?
Yeah, that's Mr. Patrick. I'm calling back. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to emphasize on what's happening in Ghana now, because in Ghana we have a private and that's a personal candidate who all belong to any party in Ghana, and he's fully in Ghana. That is, he's standing on his own, no party. If because Obi doesn't want to find himself in a party of corruption. That is why he's jumping from party to party, because so many of them gathered to use him to make money. That's why Obi doesn't want those people. If Nigeria is going for private candidates, Labour movement will stand for Obi. We belong to many different parties, not even one, not even two. So many parties belong to Obi movement. That's obedience. So if he can stand on a personal candidate without any party, he's going to make it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And that is all the calls we can take on the recap today. Yes, I actually want to ask you a question as regards to that. Is Nigeria ripe for an independent candidate?
We don't have independent candidacy. It's not in our constitution. So for you to run, you must be a member of a political party. So what is happening, what you're saying cannot happen in Nigeria.
Because of the constitution.
Somebody must belong to a political party before you can contest an election here in Nigeria.
Okay. So the limitation for the issue of independent candidate right now is the fact that the constitution does not allow it.
Sure.
If it did, do you think an independent candidate has a chance in Nigeria with the way it's currently structured?
The truth is that Obi ran almost as an independent candidate because Obi votes did not come from Labour Party. Obi votes came from obedient movements. Understand? So Obi ran as a quasi independent candidate.
It was as if you went to the Labour Party because you just have to be part of the party.
Because you must be a member of a party. It was the obedience that pushed Obi in 2023, not LP. Understand me?
So to you, it was more or less an independent candidate, one way or the other.
Sure.
Okay, then you're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's now time for me to take your comments on YouTube and your messages on WhatsApp. If you have just tuned in, you have missed the cocoa. You really have. But yes, I'll be taking your messages on WhatsApp. If you still want to send a message to WhatsApp, it's the 0817-175-6338. 0817-175-6338. Send your message. All right. Let's begin from YouTube. I can see there's quite a plethora of comments here on YouTube. We have Ola Dewale saying, actions do have consequences. But are there really gifted investigative reporters left in the Nigeria of today that would tell it like it is, fearlessly, just for truth? Does Nigeria have honest leadership, including journalists, that will steer the all-encompassing ship of the country that is heading to the rock to safety? Stella Nkwa on YouTube says, Bwala is anywhere belle-faced politician and should never be listened to. Just pay him and he will start singing for you immediately. Oladewale says, how do we unravel the mystery surrounding how billions of naira disappeared from the Commonwealth vault? Ikeogo Emmanuel says, what's the latest on Beta Edu and Olatunji Ojo? Oladewale says, Ms. Choma, good day to you and your guest. Do you know or have the contacts the men representing Nigerians in the National Assembly? Why are those contacts kept secret from the people? Because governance must be an open book. Anedo Hyginus says, Dan Bwala and Renu Omokri should watch their tongues. Let them go back and watch Ojukwu burial video and understand what Peter Obi is in the late Ikemba history. Okay. Oladewale says, yes, indeed, those are fruitless trees, so ignore them. Nkonye Duru says, good evening, VOP. Please, from Benin Republic, the ending of this world, no one can see Biafra as terrorist organization, only Nigeria. Mazi Prince said, Choma, is it a crime to pay dues? Why do you believe NFIU's report? The same NFIU denied their report of 15% listed few weeks ago. Oladewale says, most of the situation Nigeria is in are self-inflicted, in my judgment. Iyere Eyeyen says, Balance just described himself. He is exactly what Bwala just described himself. He's exactly what he called Obi. Jessica Alamezia says, hello there. My question is, your question is what, Jessica Alamezia? Send it. We're still in the studio, so let's take your question. Okay, moving on over to WhatsApp right now. This person says, good evening, Chairman, Mr. Peter Anosike. Mr. Shitu Adebayo is known for Islamic radicalism in Nigeria. Are you sure you're talking about the right person? He's super and blatantly corrupt politician. If the Nigerian justice system was up and running, he would have been warming a prison bed by now. Dr. Peter from Germany. Wilfred from Surulere says, Chairman, I get very, very mad, angry and upset when you tell us to be civil in our commentary. The question is, those mascots who embezzle and say trash, are they civil the way they talk and embezzle money? Please tell those mascots to be civil first before we, the citizens. Do you want to come on radio and not be civil? I mean, come on. It's my duty to tell you to be civil and to be polite. All right. So, I mean, let's just do that for the sake of everybody. Okay. Good evening, VOP. Good evening, Mr. Nasike. May God increase your wisdom and more and give you long life and good health in Jesus' name. Adaku from Igondo. Good evening, VOP. What Mr. Naske is saying is exactly the truth, and God will surely protect and keep him. Ihanye Nadi. Good evening, crew. Ade from Okwoba. When you appoint Agbiru to head a multinational organization without certificate, his appointment too will be incompetency all around. What do you expect from the government? Okay, this is incompetence. Ade from Okwoba. Thank you. Chairman, thank God Nigeria escaped tragedy that would have been fellows if Obi win presidential election. He can't coordinate ordinary Labour Party as a leader. How can he coordinate a whole country with different languages and ethnicity? Every country has their own challenges. It doesn't make them a fraud country. And you allow your guests to call Nigeria a fraud. Nope. I didn't do that. He always used foul language and insult anybody that disagrees with his opinion. I think it's time for VOP to caution him if truly his views are not that of VOP management. Olu from Badagry. Okay, Olu. Thank you. We'll take that into account. Okay. Thank you. This person, you didn't say your name. Okay. Two losers talking about PO whose names aren't worth mentioning are nothing but jobless apprentices who have gainfully employed themselves with insomnia. As for that Shitu, all I have to say is you condone whatever you tolerate. Is he amongst the 400 names? The NFIU report is lazy and unintelligent. When it comes to the Southeast, you see these so-called agencies showing their talent. The unknown 15 names they denied releasing at some point. Do you know them? Aside Gumi's brother, who is about suing for that. Gumi's ally, not his brother. They're quick to damn IPOB. It's a self-determination group, but the government calls them a bad name. Okay. Wow. All right. Thank you for your message. Good evening, Mr. Alosuke and Chioma. President Tinubu's appointment is a typical emblem of the practice of government of cronyism, nepotism, and tribalism. We want a total liberalization within the tenure. You are a proponent, he said, President Tinubu, you are a proponent of restructuring. Thus, the onus is on you to actualize your political ambition and Nigeria's clamor for regionalization. Hence, you should at all costs fight for it, grab it, and run with it. No excuse about it. Chisco from Ijagemo Jagajaga Road. I don't know, this location is always very funny. Okay. If Peter Obi can't build the Labour Party, how can he build Nigeria? If he can't solve the crisis rocking his party, how can he solve the country crisis bedeviling Nigeria? Adeyemi Kamoru from Satellite Town. Greetings, my big brothers. Okay. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for your message. I think that's all we can take on today's episode of the recap. Okay, that is all we can take. I can see one more message here before you go. The evening, Chairman Misanoske. The Bible says, when the righteous rules, the people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, the people mourn. Dio from Fagba. Okay. Ms. Alaske, we've spoken about quite a lot of issues today, right? I just want to know, if you are to give a concluding thought on each of what we've talked about today, and of course people's opinions on them, what would it be?
Well, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion, but facts are facts. And on the issue of Daniel and Reno, they cannot pull Obi down. Obi is beyond them. Obi's thoughts are higher than their thoughts. Obi ways are higher than their ways. Peter Obi is an ego. They are chickens. Understand me? Peter Obi is an ego. Daniel Bwala and Reno Omokri are chickens. You cannot compare an ego with a chicken. Understand me? So we'll meet again next Saturday.
All right. We meet again next Saturday. It is our time for us to leave the studios and make way for the world news at 6 coming up shortly. I just want to say thank you for calling. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. Really, really thank you. I know that there are always many different opinions. There are always, many different suggestions and ideas, and each and every one is important. But again and again, I will keep imploring you to please keep it civil. You don't even take into account the mental health of the host, of the presenter. Some of you come on here, you say all manner of things. You would even insult and curse and abuse, and that's not nice. If you do not agree with what Mr. Nosuke is saying, present your own facts when you call. We're voice of the people. We are here for everybody. We belong to everybody, and yes, we belong to everybody. So your opinion is important. Okay. Anyway, you can find me on social media. In fact, don't find me on social media. Just because those of you who have found me on social media, it's not even funny at this point. But anyway, I'll tell you how you can find me on social media next week. All right. But then guess what? You can actually find Mr. Nosuke on social media. Okay. So if you have issues with him, you can sort it out there. But please, even when you get there, be civil. Mr. Nosuke, should I do you the honors? Tell them how they can find you on social media. Okay. I'll tell them how they can find you on Facebook. I'll tell them how they can find you on Instagram. Go on Facebook. Okay, he says no, don't fight me. Oh yes, but on Instagram it's at Peter Anosuke 77, at Peter Anosuke 77. So connect with Mr. Peter Anosuke. I'm sure he wants to connect with you. While you learn from him, he will learn from you as well, because nobody has the monopoly of knowledge, and you can engage him there, but still remember to keep it civil. Okay. On Instagram he's at Peter Anosuke 77, Peter Anosuke 77. Okay, so go follow and run up the numbers. We'll meet again on Saturday, God willing. Until then, do the best that you can to make Nigeria better in your own little way. My name is Ijeoma Innocent, signing out now. Have a wonderful